welcome to my office. I'm gonna do a new office tour because this time I actually have an office, and I think it'd be cool to go over it again and give some updates about what I've been doing. Not that I'm looking to build my audience here, because I'm gonna jump ship when I get my shit off the ground. But one skill I do not have is being on camera. I think that that's probably a good skill to have for my business, unfortunately. So I can't hide. But this is my new office. Now it's actually an office and not just my bedroom. I'll do some B-roll now of specific portions. This is my new sound booth with some pretty thick curtains to catch a lot of the sound. And then I did cardboard and command tape right here. So these will all come off. This isn't glued to the wall or anything. And just so I don't have to make contact with any human beings, I have everything I need here: fridge, microwave, coffee maker, and some water, and an empty box of Cliff Bars. I got this as a joke for myself. However, I have actually used it maybe twice. The punching bag here. It's a good way to vent your frustration when things aren't working. So there's a calendar, so I can see how much time has escaped me working on this. I'm still on the 32-inch. I don't remember if I think I had an ultra-wide monitor. I gave that up for a big 32-inch, which now I have qualms about because I sit so close to it. If I'm sitting now, I stand. Right here, this is my Chinese Urban Miller, and it's really good at fucking up my back. So my favorite part about this chair is that it's slightly tilted, and it really fucked up my lower back, so that's really cool. But it's also a good motivation to use the standing portion of my desk. I think if my project ever makes me any money, the first thing I'll buy is an Urban Miller. But yeah, I've just been toiling away at this, back to the drawing board on a lot of the editing, so that's coming along though. This is an IPS. I used a color calibration tool, a physical monitor that you hook onto the monitor and it'll adjust the colors to be the most accurate. This is my Steadicam, so anytime I want like a nice cinematic shot, I can literally just plug this or turn this on and it hooks into the Bluetooth down there. Still got the music stand, if you remember that. I built some Legos a long time ago, kind of keep me zen and peaceful. So that's a script with some notes about emotions, Walter Murch notes. Sometimes I do on-location shoots for the YouTube guys I edit for, so I can bring some equipment around if I'd like to. My big whiteboard, I like this whiteboard more, but I still got that little one right there. A little chair on the occasion I have somebody come over. Printer. This one actually works better than my old printer. Shout out to my buddy for giving me that one. Got these cool little studio lights, and I put the bulbs in there that you can change the colors on them from your phone, which is cute when it's like, I know it's going to be a long night. It's a pretty small space. This is the smallest office in this building. The company downstairs owns the building, and because of COVID, pretty much everyone has jumped ship. Literally all the offices that they had for rent up here were available. I, of course, took the cheapest one because I really don't need much. It's just me sitting here editing. I was renting a space that I had set up as effectively a prison because I slept roughly where my fridge here is and worked about where this music stand is. I just sit there and work on it, and for probably a month it was like on my A game for it, where I was able to get a lot of work done and I had a lot of energy for it. And after that, it turned into a fucking prison, trying to live, work, sleep, and have my whole life exist in a space probably 4 times larger than this. I have to like take walks around the neighborhood just to like stay sane, and the neighborhood was okay. But it was also COVID broke out, so I couldn't really go anywhere, and it was pretty bad. You can't just sit around at home all day and expect to be like at the top of your game and energy. But I have noticed that having an office, having a space where there's not a lot of distractions and it's just a place where I'm supposed to come here and crank out work, and I do like that a lot. So I'm editing the video right now, and I'm probably gonna draw some ire. Why the fuck am I wearing all these things? I didn't go to Chico State, I never worked for Mowbray's, and I worked at Cotton On for a season, for like 2 months. This is the only lanyard I have, and I don't want to spend 35 bucks to get a custom one. I got this in high school because I'm from that area, and this was given to me for free. So that's where we're at. Almost a full year into making Ripper and Tin Man have I only begun to like really see how fucking ignorant I am of all the different aspects of production. Because of the way I specifically wrote it and the way that I shot it, I left a lot on the table for myself in the editing room. The trick is that I don't fucking know how to edit. I've been editing for 6 years, being paid to edit for 6 years, having edited YouTube videos on my own before that for years, and it's only in the last month that I've really started to see how you're supposed to edit. I pretty much had the first episode edited. If you watch some of my videos and you picked out all the best parts that really worked, it's like I just lined those up and made a whole video of that, which sounds good, but when you watch it in the context of trying to be like a show, not so good. Pacing is weird, some things don't work, so what I've gone back to is studying proper film editing, and that's not just how you use the software, that's like the skills of knowing when to edit, why something works, why it doesn't work. And one way I've been doing this, I've been looking for mentors. Walter Murch right now has been a god to me. I've been extracting every little piece of information I can from his book, highlighting it like an insane person. But this book is very concise, which I like. It was from a speech he delivered in Australia, and that's what this has become. Finding out where I don't have a skill and then working to develop those skills. One thing I don't like about a lot of my videos is I know that I didn't spend enough time on any of it, and I didn't put the work in where I should have to make something good. And I mean, whatever, there were fun little videos, and I look back on most of them as like fun, but I wanted to make something that really was a stepping stone. So eventually it'll be done. The plan was to get all 5 edited and done, and then work on a distribution strategy on a new channel. So the whole idea here is anything that I put up on this channel is just literally me trying to develop a skill, in this case being on the camera, not thinking about the fact that I'm talking to a camera. So I expect nobody to watch this, but if you do watch this, you need to spend your time a little more wisely.